Hi, I'm Jesica Garrou, and this is my world. You probably have a similar Zoom world where you've spent a lot of time since the pandemic started. And this is my husband, Henry. He is a video post-production specialist, and he will probably help edit this video because he's really good at that stuff. And this is my daughter, Emma. She also spends a lot of time in Zoom and Google Meets as her school is online this year.
Over the last 5 years, my family has supported me in efforts to bring theater to our small town in Yarmouth, Maine. They were there in the beginning when I said, we need opportunities to do things with our children and our parents. Let's create a theater group for all generations.
Little did we know what we were getting into.
We helped Jessica transform a church fellowship hall into a theater space for our first production, with over 30 cast and crew, lights, curtains, stage, makeup, costumes, even a live music score. Jessica introduced Yarmouth to professional theater on a credit card budget.
My family took it up a notch with our second production, a live radio show featuring episodes of Little Orphan Annie, music from the 1940s, and of course, Orson Welles' Dracula. Emma had a role and worked the sound effects table. Henry even made an instrument to create the sound effects in a period authentic way.
Jessica took the Orson Welles portion to the next level by creating Dinner with Dracula in a restaurant here in town. A member of our audience was so moved they made a spontaneous $2,000 donation to cover the cost of the restaurant.
Next Mom led RRCP as they partnered with the Yarmouth Historical Society to create a haunted tour of the old cemetery and meeting house in town. This became an annual event.
One challenge I faced was finding material that fit the multi-generational component. It was important to me that each show have room for kids, adults, and seniors. But it was also important that the show is interesting for all ages to watch. I was adamant that we were not children's theater, but a theater where children could participate.
In came Alice. I read many scripts and hated most of them, so we decided to write our own.
In 8 months, we wrote a script and 22 songs. Jessica found a Grange hall and converted it into a theater with a thrust stage.
A stage with trapdoors and a table that rose up for the tea party scene.
More important, I could cast anyone to be anything. We used the story of Alice to explore a world of a girl who didn't feel that she fit in. By casting a Black Alice, we were able to deepen that story in very different ways.
I confess that I would love to go back to that production someday and explore that storyline more. Time was too short, and so much has changed in our society in the last year. There is more to be done.
Moving on, it had become clear to the board that the time had come to get serious about having our own space. And just as Alice wrapped up, a space became available.
Jessica spent the next few months overseeing the construction project. She turned an abandoned restaurant and all of its grease into a beautiful black box theater.
And simultaneously, I produced and directed our next musical, Narnia. In our new space, I was able to feature not only young kids
And old kids.
but also full-on stage combat,
Special effects.
acrobats.
And even aerialists.
With the space built and the first show complete, after 5 years of being the president of the board, I turned it over to a new president and stepped off the board entirely.
You see, for Royal River Community Players to grow, it has to be able to grow without me. And for me to grow, I need time to do things beyond our RCP. But of course, our RCP story doesn't end here.
Royal River Community Players has successfully produced virtual productions, including the 3rd annual Stroll Haunted Yarmouth, in a different form.
Which means all the hard work over the years of creating more than just shows, but an organization that can sustain past the original players is paying off.
And for me, I'm using the virtual platform to connect with directors and actors from all over the world via online classes and workshops. I joined True to connect with theater producers from New York and beyond, and we're all exploring what theater can be in this new world. And as I grow and explore, I would love to be part of your production team. I look forward to working with you.